Welcome to the new edition of Transit Sports. I'm your host, Mark. This is Josh. Cam. Alright, so first question. Will Jim Balsillie finally get the hockey club he's been going after for a while? I mean, Pittsburgh, we have Nashville, and now Phoenix? Or will that little evil man, Gary Bettman, have his way once again? So, Josh?
He is very evil, isn't he?
He sure is.
Yeah, well, I think like many other egomaniac little people, like Napoleon and Hitler, which always got their way, well, he will get assassinated sometime soon, probably by Balsillie's hitman, and still get his way because the NHL has got 29 other owners, and they'll just say no to Jim Balsillie.
Alright, so Cam?
I think Bettman is going to get his way again, only because he told Jerry Moyes in the beginning of the season that if he did not file for bankruptcy, the NHL will support him. Now he's turned his back on the NHL.
So moving on. The second question. The Ovechkin death threat. Now, should it have been taken as serious as it was, or was it just another teenage internet rant blown out of proportion? So, Josh?
I don't even think it was taken seriously, really, because I heard about it 2 days after it happened. So it was just a 17-year-old kid trying to psych Ovechkin out. It didn't work, obviously, because he probably found it really funny as well. So it just went right over his head, I think.
Ken?
I honestly think Ovechkin doesn't care what the kid says, and it was just a stupid prank made by a teenager.
Alright, so next question. Should the New York Islanders trade away their number one pick or keep it? Josh?
Well, I think they should keep it unless they get a really great offer. Toronto's Brian Burke said that he wants John Tavares. So, but to get him, he'd have to give up, according to me, he'd have to give up his 7th overall pick, which you're looking at, if you're looking at the prospect list of this year's draft, you're looking at Oliver Ekman-Larsson from Sweden. He's a left winger, 6 feet tall, only 165 pounds, so he'd have to bulk up considerably to make it to the NHL. You've also got Braden Shen, Luke Shen's younger brother. He's 6 feet, 196 pounds, one of the most complete players in the draft. And there's also Jared Cohen, a defenseman, 6'5", 216 pounds. This guy's a big body. He can shoot from the point on the power play, possibly. And it'd be a good addition for the New York Islanders. But I believe New York Islanders will keep that pick. Oh, and to that 7th overall pick, you'd have to add Grabowski, Brent Aubin, and Ian White, just because of the mustache. I think it's a great addition to the league, and every player should wear one like Ian White or George Paris. That'd be great.
Alright, so Cam?
I think that the New York Islanders should keep their number one pick, but obviously if they get the chance to trade away their number one pick to the Maple Leafs, it'd have to be a very good return, something along the lines like a 1st round and 4th round draft pick with Luke Shen. But besides that, they shouldn't go for the trade.
Alright, so back to Ian White, Josh.
Yes,
Do you think the mustache Ian White is better than the mustache-less Ian White?
I think the mustache is Ian White.
The mustache is Ian White.
Like,
heard it here
he should
before.
go by the name of Mustache, the Mustache should have his own jersey, retired by the Maple Leafs.
Alright, you heard it here first, folks. Today is Saturday, May 9th, 2009. And I want to introduce you guys to a new segment to our show called the Michael Dwayne Vick Keno Release Countdown.
Yeah, boy!
So, his release date is planned to be on July 20th, 2009. And that's only 73 days away. So, do you guys think he's going to get a job in the NFL when he gets out?
Nope. I do not think so. He's got a contract offer in Arena Football League, so he should take that, but not NFL.
I don't think he's going to be playing in the NFL. I think more CFL would be a possibility for him.
Yeah, they take criminals.
He would probably be a very good player in the CFL, so he should go there.
Alright, so up next is football with Josh.
Yeah.
So, simple question. A lot of talk about Favre going to the Vikings. So, do you think Favre will go to the Vikings? And what does that mean to the rival team, Green Bay? Or will he just stay retired and hang out with his kids?
Please stay retired for your own sake, buddy. Your arms done. You have to go get bicep surgery. When are you gonna come back from that? I don't think you'd help the Vikings right now, although you've had a great career. Every time you talk about coming back, a little piece of every Green Bay fan dies inside, buddy. Just stay home, hang out with your kids, watch them grow, be a dad for a bit. You're not the football hero anymore, so stay home.
So this question is aimed at both of you guys. It's our second quarter question. Reflecting on the Favre situation, should athletes be allowed to retire as many times as they feel?
I think he's entitled to his choices. He's the one that will choose if he wants to come back or not. Last year, the only reason he left is because he felt he was pushed out of the door by Green Bay. So I don't think like Favre or any athlete should be restricted to when they want to retire. If they feel they still have a fire inside, they should keep going until they die, pretty much.
All right, Cam?
I think that they should not be able to come back after they retired as many times as they want. Many players have, and many players that have done it have not come back very strong, even though Josh says
What about Mario
they
Lemieux?
could have a very strong fire inside.
Mario Lemieux, Michael Jordan.
Gretzky never had to do it.
Well, he never came back, so you don't know if he.
I think
he
there
was
should
dead when
be-
he retired.
I think there should be a penalty enforced. Not a very big one, but if they decide to come back from retirement, there should be like a little 5-game suspension before they could actually play again.
All right, I think they should give a new meaning to the Forsberg. Okay, so...
Toilette.
All right, now this part of the show is called Baseball with Cam. So here's the question. Does Manny deserve the 50-game suspension he got? Was he really taking steroids or the ovulation pills just because Manny wants to be a daddy?
He did deserve the 50-game suspension because it is a new rule in the league, and the rule is first offense is 50-game suspension automatically. He really was taking steroids because I don't think he was taking ovulation pills to become a daddy. So it definitely was taking steroids. For what reason, I do not know, but he really was.
Alright, so guys, feel free to both jump in on this one. This is the 7th inning stretch. This is the question reflecting Cam's baseball topic. Are steroids that big of a deal? Are we just looking at the aftermath of like steroid nation in the MLB? Or is this just our modern day witch hunt? So, Josh?
But I don't think it's that big of a deal. You give Viagra to old people to enhance their performance, and that's okay. But you give a baseball player steroids to enhance his play, and it's bad all of a sudden? Nah. I just think they're trying to clean it, but what it left on the game will never leave. It's tainted forever, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly, because I think they've been around since more than 10, 15 years, possibly. I'd say at least 30, 40 years. Probably players have been taking these steroids. Just no test would develop to find those drugs in players.
Alright, so Cam?
Steroids are a big deal in the league now. Before they weren't. So in a result, this is just a big aftermath of the new rule coming into play. Until all those players in that era have stopped playing, you will still have these cases of finding people taking steroids. So until then, this is all just a big aftermath of what's happening.
Alright, so this was a good episode, guys. Good
Yes,
opinions. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember to go visit our site, transit-stop.com. And we'll be back next week with more topics, and see you then.